Ray Boone didn't ask questions. He was the kind of man who drove cross-country without a playlist, didn't talk to strangers, and kept a loaded revolver in the glove box, just in case. The kind of man with a past, and a reason not to go back. Ray sits alone in a booth, sipping weak coffee. Greasy plate of eggs untouched. A wall clock ticks loudly. One other man sits in a corner booth, suit jacket, dusty fedora, staring at Ray. He'd stopped at the diner out of habit. Same place, same server, same bitter coffee. But that night, the man in the corner walked over, sat down, slid a folded envelope across the counter. Got a job for you. Easy. Just need it done right now. 1 crate, no questions. Just take it to Driftwood. Drop it. You'll be paid. Driftwood's a dead town, Ray says reluctantly. Still has its ghosts. That's why we need you. The mysterious man says with a slight smile. Ray nods and drains the last of his coffee, slides a $20 under the saucer, and moves out of the booth. They walk to Ray's rig, and the mysterious man waves to 2 men in overalls waiting not far away. He points to Ray's truck, and the 2 men immediately start moving and roll a crate towards the vehicle. It's heavy, metal, cold, carved with strange markings. They look vaguely like protection symbols or runes. Ray had hauled everything, refrigerators, livestock, even a tank once. But that crate felt like it was watching him. Watching the crate being loaded. There are 3 rules, Mr. Boone. He counts them slowly on his fingers. Don't open the crate. Don't stop for anything. If you see a woman on the side of the road, do not look at her. Not in the mirror, not through the window, not even a glance. You paying me or warning me? Both, he replies. Ray nods and notices that the 2 men in overalls are already gone, and the crate had been loaded. The mysterious man smiles at Ray and then turns and heads back into the diner. Ray turns the key. Engine roars to life. GPS already glowing with an unfamiliar route. No street names, just coordinates. He pulls out into the sparse traffic and then gets on the highway. Ray begins the drive. Vast stretches of empty road. Trees crowd in the farther he goes. The radio only gives static. The moon disappears behind clouds. He told himself it was just another job, that the crate was just old junk bound for some eccentric collector in the woods. But then the GPS blinked, and the first detour appeared. He sees the old green reflective sign on the right side of the road, Driftwood, 110 miles. As he passes the sign, he frowns. Were those bullet holes in the sign? The 2-lane road stretches endlessly into a black void. Pine trees crowd both sides, rising like jagged teeth. Rain drizzles in misty sheets. Ray's truck is the only source of light, its high beams slicing through the fog. About 20 miles past the last gas station, the trees got thicker, and the world went silent. No cars, no lights, no signs of life, just the drone of tires on wet asphalt, and a feeling Ray couldn't shake. Jaw tight, one hand on the wheel, the other near the dash. The hum of the engine is steady, but there's tension in his eyes. Keep driving, drop the crate, get paid. Then, she appears. She was standing on the shoulder, right where the tree line broke, barefoot, pale, long white dress clinging to her like soaked gauze, head bowed, hair like black vines down the front of her face. She didn't move, didn't flinch at the roar of 18 wheels. She just stood there, waiting. Ray's hands grip tighter, his pupils widen slightly, but he doesn't turn his head. He didn't look, not directly. But peripheral vision is a funny thing. The wind dies. Tires suddenly go quiet as if hitting a soundless patch of road. The world feels muffled. "Didn't see nothing," he whispers to himself. The mirror shifts silently, pointing backward at the road behind. The woman is still there. But now, she's closer. standing directly behind the truck facing it, head still down. The mirror wasn't pointed there before, and she couldn't have moved that fast. Ray swerved slightly, grabbing the mirror and yanking it up toward the ceiling. Nope, not tonight. Suddenly, a soft knock on the passenger side window. Just once. Hollow. Deliberate. Passenger window is fogged, but we see a faint outline. A smudge, maybe a handprint. He knew the rules. Don't stop. Don't look. Don't acknowledge her. Ray flicks on the cab light. The figure is gone. Nothing outside. Getting agitated. Whatever you are, stay out of my truck. The CB radio crackles alive, a soft female whisper.
Ray.
Ray punches the radio off. Silence returns. The crate in the trailer thuds once, hard, like something inside just shifted. The truck speeds past a bend in the road and quickly goes out of sight. She's standing there again. Same spot, same posture. Only now, she's facing the road. He didn't see her face, not yet. But she saw his. The clock on the dash reads 2:43 a.m. The storm is past, but fog hangs low. The only sound is the engine and occasional bumps from the road. Ray is hunched over the wheel, exhausted but alert, watching the road like it might bite him. By mile 70, Ray had convinced himself, he imagined her, that stress, isolation, and too much bad coffee were playing tricks on his mind. But denial is a warm blanket, and monsters, they prefer the cold. Suddenly, a metallic thud from the trailer. Heavy, solid, something hitting the inside wall. Ray jerks in his seat. No, just cargo shifting. Another thud. Louder this time, rhythmic. 3 knocks, like someone knocking to be let out. He glances at the rear-view camera screen. It flickers to static. The crate wasn't supposed to move. CB radio crackles on, just static at first. Then a low whisper bleeds in.
It's not safe behind you.
Comes through as a whisper. Ray kills the CB for the second time tonight. His hands tremble. He flips on the interior trailer cam again, still static. He opens the GPS screen to check progress, but the map is wrong. It loops in circles even though he's driving straight. The town name has disappeared. The distance to destination keeps shifting. 12 miles, 77 miles, 3 miles, back to 44 miles. What the hell is this? He growls in confusion. Up ahead, road narrows. A wooden covered bridge appears out of the fog. It shouldn't be there. It wasn't on the GPS. Ray slows slightly. As the truck passes over the bridge, something shifts. The audio dulls, and all outside sounds become muffled again. Even the engine feels distant. Ray jerks the wheel, swerving to miss her. Tires scream. Truck fishtails. He regains control. He doesn't stop, doesn't look back. As the truck swerves around her, she turns her head to follow it. Her hair is still down in her face, but peeking out is the edge of her mouth. A mouth too wide, a smile, not a human smile. Lock on the dash changes to 3:44 a.m. The fog has gotten thicker. Ray can barely see 10 feet ahead, even with high beams. The road feels like it's stretching, repeating, same curve, same trees, same warp speed sign. The road was eating itself. Every turn led back to where he started. And time was melting. Dash clock flickers rapidly. 3:45, 4:18, 12:03, 3:44 again. This can't be real. I'm dreaming, I gotta be dreaming. Rear-view camera flickers back on briefly, shows the inside of the trailer. The crate is open. No, it's not. The lid is cracked just enough to see a black hand resting over the side. It moves. Fingers like broken twigs curl slightly. Camera glitches again. Feed cuts out. Ray starts breathing heavily, his mind not processing what he just saw for a second on the screen. Then his eyes dart up, looking out the windshield. Suddenly, light ahead. A gas station. Small, flickering fluorescent sign. Looks old and empty, but Ray pulls in. With the final sound of the brakes engaging, everything is silent. No bugs, no wind. He scans around, checks his mirrors. No other vehicles are here, and no one he can see. He focuses on the lobby of the station. Looks well lit and open. He decides to get out of the cab. Ray enters the station. Dust everywhere. Empty fridge coolers hum low. No clerk, but there's a working payphone on the back wall, ringing. The phone rings and rings. Ray stands at the entrance. Surely someone will come. Just in the back, right? The phone keeps ringing. He takes a few steps forward. It keeps ringing. He walks over, hesitates, picks it up.
You let it see the sky.
Cold sweat breaking out on his brow. What is it?
It doesn't remember its name, but you brought it home.
Line goes dead, dial tone. Then the phone starts ringing again, even as he holds the receiver. Impossible. He spins around, still the only living soul in the station. Ray bolts, races back to the truck. But as he gets in, the cab interior is different. His rosary on the rearview mirror is gone. The floor mat is a different color. The glove box is open, even though he remembers locking it. Inside is an unfamiliar item. A child's shoe covered in dried mud. This wasn't his truck. It looked like it, but it wasn't. His rational mind fought with his survival instincts. Running, one out. He floors it. Gravel kicks up. The gas station vanishes in his mirrors. The fog turns black behind him. He slaps his face, turns up the volume. Radio is dead again. Then, the passenger door clicks. Slowly creaks open. Ray glances over. The seat is empty. At first. Then hair, long, wet, draped over the headrest like it's grown from the seat. Ray refuses to look. He stares at the road, white-knuckled.
You saw me. You looked. You broke it.
The interior lights glitch. Her hand begins to rise, bony, gray, soaked. Nails like splinters, inches from his face. Ray screams, swerves the truck hard off the road and into a ditch. Crash, blackout. Several minutes pass. Ray regains consciousness, blood on his forehead. The cab is dark. The passenger seat is empty again, no trace of her. But the back trailer doors are swinging open in the wind. Ray stumbles to the trailer. The crate is now fully open, but it's empty. Except for one thing, a photograph nailed to the inside of the crate's lid. Ray standing in front of a house, smiling, holding a little girl. The girl's face has been burned away. He wasn't delivering the crate. He was returning it, like so many others before him. Suddenly he hears footsteps in the gravel behind him. He turns slowly. The woman is there, no longer distant. She is inches away. Eyes black pits, mouth impossibly wide, a voice like wind through dead leaves.
You brought it back to the trees. Now, you go in its place.
Ray's screams. Then all is quiet. The only noise, the blinking hazard lights spilling orange light into the deep, dark night. Inside the trailer, the crate, it is sealed again. This time, it's moving from the inside. Thud. Thud. Scrape. The engine starts back up. The truck, damaged and limping, rolls down a narrow gravel road surrounded by dead trees. Fog clings to the branches. The world is gray-blue like a faded photograph. Somehow the truck still moved. The GPS was gone. The radio was dead. The only sound was the low, grinding hum of wheels and the faint thumping, still coming from inside the crate. Dash clock reads 6:66 a.m., then resets to blank. Up ahead, a rusted sign leans in the overgrowth. Driftwood, population, the number, well, cannot be read anymore. It was scratched out violently. Ray squints through the cracked windshield. The town appears like a mirage. Broken buildings swallowed by moss and fog, warped telephone poles leaning like gallows. No birds, no wind, just a stillness that feels alive. He drives past. An old gas station frozen in time. A grocery store where the shelves are still stocked, but everything inside is soaked in mud and rot. Then, the chapel. Half burned, roof collapsed, but the steeple is intact, jagged like a broken finger pointing up. Ray parks the truck in front of the chapel. The crate is quiet now, no sound. Too quiet. He steps out. The air is colder than it should be. His breath fogs. In the distance, a bell tolls. The chapel has no bell. Ray opens the trailer. The crate is sealed again. The photograph of him and the girl is gone. Instead, there's now a long, thin slit carved into the front of the crate, like a mouth. He grips the dolly, unloads the crate, drags it toward the chapel. He didn't know why he kept going. Not really. Maybe he wanted answers, maybe he wanted to end it, or maybe he already knew what Driftwood was, what it always had been. The interior is gutted, pew fragments, soot-stained windows, altar half collapsed, but at the front, lit by a single shaft of impossible sunlight, is the woman. She's kneeling, face still hidden. Behind her, rows of others, dozens of figures standing in the shadows. All facing forward, motionless, each one a delivery driver. Frozen, eyes missing, mouths sewn shut. Ray drags the crate to the center.
You followed the rules until you didn't.
His voice breaking. What is this place?
The last road. The last stop. The price.
She stands. The other figures take a step forward in unison, cloth tearing, bones creaking, but they stop as she approaches Ray. Her face is still obscured, but now her hands reach up and she removes a mask. Underneath is not a human face. It's a hollow, twisted version of Ray's own, flesh warped like melted wax, eyes filled with static. It smiles.
You brought it back. You delivered yourself.
Suddenly, the crate bursts open behind them, but it's empty. From within the chapel walls, the carvings from the crate glow faintly red, forming a circle around Ray. The ground splits slightly, and something below pulls him down. He thrashes, screams, claws at the earth. But the last thing we see is his hand disappearing beneath the floorboards. Then, an old, dingy diner. Same flickering neon, same corner booth. The man in the dusty suit sits alone. A new face walks in, young, tired, broke, smiling faintly. One crate, no questions. Take it to Driftwood. Outside, the truck is waiting. It looks just like Ray's, but now a new photograph is inside the crate lid. The new driver standing with his family. And the road goes on. And the crate always finds its way home. And just like that, the crate is sealed again, waiting for the next set of hands. The next poor soul who thinks they're just doing a job. But Driftwood doesn't take deliveries. It takes people. If you made it this far, thank you for joining me on this journey into the dark. This is a brand new channel, and every single like, comment, or subscribe helps more than you know. It tells the algorithm demons that horror still has a home here, and that stories like this deserve to be told. So if you felt the chill, if you saw her on the side of the road, drop a comment below, hit that like button, and consider subscribing for more original horror every week. I read every comment, and your support genuinely means the world. Until next time, keep your lights on and don't look back.